Welcome to Birds of Prey Sports Talk. We're your host, Jared and TJ. And, this isn't a big video. This won't be like a 20-30 minute video. This should be, a very quick snippet. But I just want to discuss this Jk Dobbins, drama situation and, a little bit of Lamar and his passing and OTAs at the end. But we're just going to get right into it. Jk Dobbins tweeted out on June 1st saying, Baltimore, hashtag Ravens flop. I hope I'm here to the end of my career. I love you. He subtweeted that, which is now deleted, saying, I don't know though. He also tweets out, I'm Baltimore to and through till I'm gone. So he obviously loves it here in Baltimore. You know, like we've said, just the city offers more than people may realize, but he clearly sees that as well. As one of his tweets, he tweeted, like maybe he's been for Baltimore for a long time, and I just want to ask you, do you think that this is like contract negotiation stuff, or is it just him just kind of maybe wanting out? Maybe they disrespected him or something, maybe something like Chuck Clark was saying.
I feel like it kind of goes into the realm of the disrespect, but more so in terms of they got to start using him the right way. These guys, I feel like a lot of these guys kind of want to be used like how they were in college, and that's how kind of how they built the name for themselves. And,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to, JK, I'm just be honest, his Ravens career hasn't gone as he would like. He
Right.
started off flying out the gates in 2020. I mean, he looked amazing in that Browns game in week one. And then 2021, he's out the whole season, because
Right.
we play a little bit too longer in the preseason game against
Mm-hmm.
Washington. So, you know, he comes back this season, he's looking strong, but we don't let him out to his full potential. We're too scared. We let him get 10 touches and then take him out the game. I would get annoyed too. And so I think this is just a warning. This season, he's really looking to be 100%. He's really looking to be a top 10 running back in the league, like how I know he can be. And, there was a stat where he averaged like 6 yards per carry.
Right.
That's very impressive for a running back. I mean, he was number one, over guys like Derrick Henry and Dalvin Cook, and Nick Chubb, guys of that nature. So I feel like this is a tweet, like he just wants to be used to his full potential. And if he
Right.
is, he's in Baltimore, as long as long as we keep him or whatever. But if not, then he's gonna look somewhere else.
Right.
And I can
And
respect
right. And I think that you
it.
really hit the nail on the head here. This isn't some kind of shot or some kind of like disrespect at anybody. I think that he understands like maybe this is a negotiation thing where it's like maybe they didn't offer him what he wanted. Maybe they offered him some 2-3 year deal when maybe he wants a 4 or 5 year deal. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think running backs get that kind of money, but unless you're like really like an elite running back, which he could have been, he missed a lot of time. And even when he wasn't hurt, like let's say go back to his rookie year, you mentioned that he was babied, he didn't get the load of the carries after Mark Ingram was clearly, like he was clearly done. His career has definitely like been on the downslope ever since 2019, and it was clear Mark Ingram didn't have it anymore. And Gus and J.K. did, and he didn't really get the full carry load probably till like the Titans game. So that was probably annoying for him. And then he comes back from injury, and they baby him again, and then he has to get the cleanup surgery, and then he comes in and he's babied again. It's constant like watching like, oh, we can only get this amount of carries, 12, 13. When I know, he's probably hungry and he wants more. Especially in the playoff game, he sounds off like, I wanted the ball. I want this, to be my responsibility, and I want to be the lead back in the situation, and he wasn't. And I fully understand where he's coming from. He like you said, he averaged like what, 6 something yards a carry. That's incredible.
Yeah.
You do that twice in one, drive, you already have a first down. So it's like, and he'd break off a lot of big runs. You could tell he wasn't 100% last season, and that he could have broken off a lot of more runs than he did. But I just really, I guess I'm nervous that he might, either ask for a trade or he won't resign with the team. I guess that's my next question here. But do you think J.K. Dobbins is here for the long run, or is it going to be time to do running back shopping?
I feel like eventually he does stay for a long run. I feel like, I'm very confident in this new offense that Todd Monken is building. and I feel like it'll suit JK well. I feel like he'll be
Right.
here for a long.
No, I'm actually gonna have to disagree with you there. I really think that he might price himself out, or he might not feel like he's getting enough money here, and he might want to go somewhere else. And be the lead back. Like, depending on what happens with Joe Mixon, he may go to the Cincinnati, and play in that offense, which is something you don't want, but
Mhm.
it might happen. He plays in Ohio, so it's like I don't know. I just feel like he may not be here for the long run, and it's not anything to his skill. I think he might be one of those players where it's like they're just too good. They just price himself out, like Ben Powers last year. So I think that if he has a great season this year, we could be definitely talking about either a franchise tag or just letting him walk. And it'd be a shame, because Jk Dobbins really could have had a fantastic career here in Baltimore, but it might be coming to an end soon, this season. So maybe he'll come out on top with a ring, hopefully. Rings, championships heal all wounds. So in my opinion, at least, so I guess we're just gonna have to see. And but before we wrap this up, my last question here is: there's a report that came out during OTAs that said that Lamar was kind of missing on the deep ball a little bit, and that's something me and you kind of stressed about a little bit is we want to see Lamar throw that rock down the field 15, 20, 25, 30, 45, 40 yards down the field to help with big plays. And I mean, I just want to ask, is this a Lamar thing? Is it the defense being just good? Learn a new offense? Maybe just a little bit football jitters. You never know what kind of nervousness you can get, even if it's just OTAs.
Um, I feel like it's a combination of a Lamar thing and a growing pains offense thing. Because the reason why I say it's a Lamar thing is because this is something that's been consistently affecting him since 2018.
Right.
And it seems like he could just never get at least to 90% with it. We've seen him miss some deep balls during the season.
Right.
There was some times where he would miss Marquise a lot, or
No,
sometimes
Marquise
where
would drop
this
a lot.
past season he would miss like uh Rashard a lot.
Mm.
So it does concern me a little. Like, when is he finally going to be able to lock in on those deep balls?
Right.
Especially with the acquisitions of Zay Flowers and OBJ, who are
Right.
deep threats. So, that concerns me. But at the same time, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It is a new offense. It, like I said, it is different verbiage, a whole different language. So I'm hoping by at least preseason that it'll get straightened out. Because all quarterbacks miss a couple deep shots sometimes.
Right,
So
exactly. You're not gonna hit over 100% on there. Not even Mahomes does that. But I just think that it is kind of irritating, but it's not something I'm gonna blow out of proportion unless he keeps missing them during the regular season. And you got to remember the offense was so much different back then. Hopefully, it's so much different, I should say,
yeah.
than it is hopefully now. And I think it's just maybe our defense is just freaking amazing. I mean, you never know. So you got to remember we got a lot of ball hawks. Well, maybe not a lot of ball hawks, but a lot of guys who play the ball and track the ball very well. Marlo, Marcus, Kyle, not Marcus. Oh yeah, Marcus Williams. I don't say Marcus Peters, but but he probably won't be here. Um, and oh, I just remembered. I didn't remember this before, but did you hear about the little thing about apparently that Marcus Peters and Lamar like got into some kind of argument last season?
Yeah, I did see that Engraven made a video about it, but
Mhm.
I haven't looked too in depth into it. But that's definitely interesting.
Me neither. And we probably should make a separate video on this, but I kind of just want to get it over with. I mean, first of all, do you think it really happened, and if it did, is it just Marcus Peters being Marcus Peters? And like maybe I mean, you saw he commented under his post, meaning Marcus commented under Lamar's post saying he probably wants to be back. Do you think it was just like a guy who realizes he's like starting to come out of his prime? This is one of his last chances at a ring, and he just wants Lamar to be out there, meaning last season at the
Yeah,
end of the year.
yeah, Marcus is a very passionate player. He definitely does let the heat of the moment get to him a lot of times. As we
Yeah.
saw when he was yelling at Harbaugh during the Bills game, I believe. But
Mhm.
I don't think there's nothing too much to it. I think they're good with
Right.
each other now. Like I said, it's football. There's a lot of heat in the moments.
Right.
The players arguing with each other, and then they're able to make up after the
Right.
game. I believe it went around something like that.
Right. And either side you could technically be on, I think that we can all agree that it was infuriating for Lamar not to be out there. We kind of just wanted him to be like, what, just get out there, man. But it's just the passion side of you talking, where it's like maybe it's not the realistic side of you talking, where it's like, oh, you don't want him to be hurt. You want him to be 100%, so he can give you 100%. So it's like, I mean, like even myself, I was like, damn, I just practice, man. Like, just get your foot under it and just try. But like, I'm glad they didn't, because if he would have got seriously hurt, that would have pissed everybody off, and that could have lost people some jobs, So I'm glad they didn't do that. And even what happened at the end of last year lost people jobs, like strength and conditioning, offensive coordinator, all that stuff.
Mm.
So yeah, I have to agree with you. I mean, we all like you said, Marcus Peters is a known, kind of hothead. He really likes to he gets physical, and he gets a little like a little bit mouthy, and that's just him. I think that's just Marcus Peters and what he's all about. And it just might have been a lot gotten to him. I mean, who knows what goes on in the psyche of at the end of the season of a lot of these players. Especially on a team that lost their quarterback and has a chance to really go all the way. So, and I think those two have really good bond, and it's just, I mean, everybody gets in fights sometimes. You may aggravate me, I may aggravate you, something, maybe we'll argue, whatever. But at the end of the day, we're still best friends. So that's the way I see it. And I
Yeah,
think that's the way you see it pretty much too.
yeah.
So anyway, I think that's all we have for in this video. Unless you have any last thoughts.
No, we covered everything.
Right, that was our little recap of the JK drama, Lamar OTA stuff, and Lamar versus Marcus Peters stuff as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Comment, leave a comment. Share on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, right wherever you can. And we're Birds of Prey, and we're out.
Wow.